We are Cole and Lisa, an Anglo-American couple passionate about exploring the world, trying new cuisines, and experiencing different cultures. Our channel, Next Stage, is all about sharing our adventures and inspiring you to do the same. I get one of two reactions. Did people ask me, what were you thinking and why did you ruin a good Land Rover? Or, oh my God, that is amazing. Obviously, I prefer the latter. Whatever it is for you, whether you think this is sacrilege or whether you think it's just amazing, yeah, you're welcome to it. I hope what I'm doing is inspiring you, though, to make something or do something that you enjoy doing. Certainly, Land Rover did not ever make anything, well, like this. I always wanted a 1928 Bentley Super 6 Roadster. I think they were some of the most beautiful vehicles ever built, and the sound is amazing. They still race them doing the Peking to Paris rallies, that kind of thing. But let's just say I would never be able to afford one in this lifetime, or maybe not even the next 6 lifetimes. I wanted one. And if you're not going to get one, the only way to do it is, well, build one. So I did. Probably the first question out of most people's mouths to me is, how did you stretch it? Why did you stretch it? And my answer is, I didn't. This is just a 110. It's a standard 110. I have not cut or modified the chassis in any way other than adding to it. I added just the bulkhead outriggers to hold up the main bulkhead, firewall if you're from the States. The front end is tubing. It's 50 mil tubing and flat plates. The nice thing about it is that 50 mil, 2-inch if you're from the States, is the right radius for a standard Land Rover wing or fender. It looks right. So I disassembled the front end and I pulled the motor out and I moved the bulkhead back to what would be the B pillar between the front door and the middle row door. There is such a thing as a point system here in the UK. What they don't want you to do is to take the old title logbook from a 1950s vehicle and just lift the hood ornament, if you will, slide a brand new Range Rover under it, plop it down, and call it a 1955 Series 1. That's just ridiculous. And I understand that. So what they've done is come up with a point system. And you get a certain amount of points for the engine, another point for the gearbox, a point for the axles, point for other things. And as long as you fall within the right amount of points, it is still that vehicle. Well, fortunately, I haven't done anything to this vehicle that violates any of those. Are you allowed to change the engine and gearbox? Absolutely. Once I had done a proof of concept and made sure that the bulkhead and everything else would fit, I took the engine, which is an M52 TUB 28, but it has a 3-liter intake manifold and that kind of thing, so all bolt in. And I flip-flopped the prop shafts front to back and just dropped it down in there. Where it landed, we made the motor mounts. It works brilliantly. So it's still completely legal. It is absolutely in the spirit of it, although some of my friends say that it's as British as a Messerschmitt because it has a German engine. Well, I'm not worried about that. It is a good engine. The Germans may be crazy. They're not stupid. They know how to make engines. It starts every time. It runs flawlessly. Am I pleased with it? Absolutely. Well, I went to a friend of mine, Rick at REC Parts, and said, "Hey, Rick, can you build me a tubing front end that you make for the, your winch challenge friends?" And he said, "Don't be ridiculous. Actually, yes, I think I can. And I think I want to. Let's see what we can do." And we did. And so we made this long metal tubing front end. It looks like a Series 2, but it's not. It is, in fact, the same truck that it always has been. You just sit farther back. It is a mid-engine roadster now. The engine sits completely behind the front axle. The weight balance on it is perfect. It goes around corners faster than any Defender has any right in the world to do. In fact, there's a little plaque on the dash and it says, "Do not fold the windscreen at speeds above 120 miles an hour." Well, in the Land Rover world, that's a joke. It's not for this truck because it will do that. I am not nearly brave enough to push it up to those speeds, but it will do it. Am I pleased with it? Absolutely. I have always wanted a long nose roadster, And now I have one. And this is my daily driver. There's two other questions that I get all the time. One is, what the heck is this? That's Popsky's Private Expeditions. The PPE is a group of knuckleheads. I mean, discerning adventurers like me. We're not a club, meaning there's no forms, there's no dues, there's no paperwork. We're just a bunch of like-minded adventurers, mostly retired or former military, but not all of them. And we enjoy going to the desert. And we tend to use Land Rovers, and we like going somewhere where it's hot and dry. The other question I get is, what do you do with this thing? Well, we have done 2 major expeditions into the Sahara in Jeeves here. So we did a research expedition looking for a lost patrol of the Long Range Desert Group and Popsky's Private Army that was destroyed by the Luftwaffe in 1942 in southern Tunisia in the Ourigorian Tal. It had been missing for 80 years, this particular patrol, and we found its location. So if you're interested in joining us on one of these kinds of expeditions, please go to the Popsky's Private Expedition website. Here's another question I get. What does your wife think? Well, as you may have been able to tell, Lisa loves it. Absolutely loves it. Nothing makes her happier than going for a ride in Jeeves. She collects the smiles per miles. She does all of the location stuff where we're going. She makes sure that, we have the room, that we have the place to go to, what the attractions are, if the roads are clear, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, we enjoy our road trips together. What other plans do we have for Jeeves? We have some big ones. In June of next year, we're planning on doing a month-long trip to Spain and Portugal. And the reason for that is in 26, inshallah, everything comes together. We are planning on taking Jeeves here, and we're going to go to South Africa and ship it in a container. And from there, we're going to spend a year doing Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Malawi, Eswatini, back to Cape Town, and then back to the UK. So do we use this? Oh yes, and we have big plans for it. I want to give you a little shout out here to my friends at Saxby Self Store near Melton Mowbray. They very kindly allowed me to use this big facility here, one of the workshops, to do my filming in. I have my own workshop here on this estate. There's quite a range of self-store from just small containers, 10 foot by 10 foot, all the way up to gigantic workshops. So whatever your needs are for either storage or workshops, give these people a call. I'll put a link in the description. Remember to hit the subscribe button and notifications bell, and let us know in the comments about your travel plans.